But we're back here at the Hall of History, and we're going to look at a little bit of the political side of the Civil War. Well, the Confederacy needed some European allies. The North knew that they could not sustain a war if they did not have some allies, probably either Great Britain or France. The South had a very lucrative trade with England, with their cotton, and the South really believed that that England would come on the side of the Confederacy just to keep that trade, to keep the cotton coming into Britain. But the problem was neither England nor France would recognize the Confederacy if they believed this war was only about the institution of slavery. Neither one of the country's populations would support a monarchy that went to war to maintain slavery. And so the European countries, their monarchies, they really stayed neutral. They waited for something to happen, either the South having a great victory, then they would jump on the side of the South, so it looked like the South was going to win the war, or some type of a political change would happen in the Union. Well, the Battle of Antietam, Robert E. Lee invades the North, and it was one of the decisive battles of the Civil War, fought near Sharpsburg, Maryland. And Robert E. Lee, the South knew they needed a victory to get the European nations to come in on their side. So this battle was fought, claims over 21,000 casualties in the single bloodiest day. The battle essentially is a draw, and the South will have to retreat back across Potomac and back into the Confederacy. Lincoln was looking for something, a Union victory, so he could change the face of the war. He knew also that the European allies would not come in to be an ally of the South if he could frame the war as a war against slavery. And Lincoln was very shrewd with this. He really didn't have his victory, but he used this battle, this really was a technical draw, to change the whole framework of the war. And at this point, Lincoln issues his Emancipation Proclamation after the battle. And it freed all the slaves in states that are in open rebellion. Well, this was a nice proclamation, but it's like me saying everybody in Canada is going to get $10. He really had no power over the states that were in rebellion. But this whole proclamation really framed the war that it was a war against slavery. And once he did that, he knew that the European powers would not come in on the side of the South. And once that happened, it was really only a matter of time for the South would not claim victory in the Civil War. And Lincoln's pretty shrewd president. He really definitely knew that by making this Emancipation Proclamation, he was making this war, changing it from a states' rights war into a war against slavery. And that really changed the whole look and the feel of the war. All right, and that will do it for today.